Karakol mendiaren eta glazierraren oinetan gaude eta heldu eta aldi gutxira ekaitza etorri da.
Kyrgyzstan is a mountainous, landlocked country located in Central Asia. It shares borders with Kazakhstan to the north, China to the east, Tajikistan to the south, and Uzbekistan to the west.
Kyrgyzstan is located in the high mountains of the Tian Shan and reaches its highest altitude over 7,000 meters. More than 90% of the territory is above 1,500 meters above sea level. 94% of the country's surface area is mountainous, and agriculture is only possible in 20% of the country. Lake Issyk-Kul in the northeast of Tian Shan is the largest lake in Kyrgyzstan and the second largest mountain lake in the world after Lake Titicaca in Peru.
Karakol is a city in Kyrgyzstan, located near the eastern end of Lake Issyk-Kul, about 150 kilometers from the border with China.
Located north of the Tian Shan mountain range, it is surrounded by high mountains, green valleys, and snow-capped peaks. It is neither large nor monumental. Rather, it is simple and functional. It is the base for excursions and expeditions to the Tian Shan mountains. It combines low-rise houses, Soviet buildings, and quiet neighborhoods.
The Tian Shan mountain range stretches from east to west from Xinjiang, China, passing through the southern border with Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan, and ends by joining the northern part of the Pamir mountain range. From east to west, its total length is 2,500 kilometers, with a north-south width of between 100 and 400 kilometers.
Our plan is to venture into the alpine valley of Altin Arashan, covering 20 kilometers that lead us to the high pasture lands at 2,600 meters, from where there are stunning views of Palatka Peak, rising to 4,733 meters. There, Kyrgyz shepherds welcome us among their traditional yurts.
After reaching the Alakol Pass at almost 4,000 meters, we should begin our descent into the Karakol Valley, where we were planning to camp at the foot of the Karakol Peak glacier. Unfortunately, rapidly changing and highly unstable weather forced us to abandon this plan, as strong winds and intermittent heavy snowfall swept across the Alakol Pass, conditions for which we were not adequately prepared.
Supervivencia. Supervivencia eta convivencia.
With this plan abandoned, we accessed the Karakol Peak glacier directly from the city through the valley itself.
Karakol is a city with a clearly grid-like layout, organized into rectangular blocks that reflect its Russian origins. It was founded in 1869 as a military garrison and starting point for expeditions to the Tian Shan mountains. Today, in addition to retaining its orderly and functional character, it has no tourist appeal, but it plays a fundamental role for us. It is our base for stocking up on food, reorganizing our equipment, and enjoying a night's rest in a bed between treks before heading back into the mountains.
Apart from a few old buildings of Russian and Chinese origin, the only architectural attractions are the Dungan Mosque, created by Chinese Dungan Muslims, built of wood without using nails and with a style reminiscent of a Buddhist pagoda, and the Cathedral of the Holy Trinity, a classic example of a 19th century Orthodox church where the Orthodox Christian community still meets today.
As the weather was very changeable and the journey very long, and also knowing that this was the roughest section of the route, we hired a UAZ hunter to cover the first 15 kilometers.
The vehicle drops us off at this yurt camp, where several hiking trails converge. From there, we head north, following the course of the Karakol River.
Rucksacks, we carry everything we need for a 2-day trip. Each of us carries a winter sleeping bag, a thermal t-shirt, a thick coat and a raincoat. The rest is divided proportionally according to weight. Garazi carries the cooking pot, Uxue the inflatable mattresses, I am carrying the tent, and Asier the food and the fire.
At one point, we catch our first glimpse of Karakol Peak, a very impressive sight. We are excited, but we still have about 7 kilometers to go to reach our campsite, where we believe the views will be even better. From here, the terrain barely gains any height and we cross areas of grass that are pleasant to walk on, although quite waterlogged.
We are right in front of the mountain and the glacier, a beautiful place to camp. Unfortunately, the ground is very wet next to the river. There is not much space to pitch the tent. The driest places are under a moraine, which makes us afraid of possible rock falls.
Hey! Lortu dugu! Karakol mendiaren oinetara heldu gara.
Bai?
Glazierra daukagu hemen. Aupa txapelduna!
Apa!
Bat, bi, hiru, aupa txapelduna! Gu gara gu!
La 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 la.
Motxilakin, Garazi?
Bai, lau ordu,
Lau ordu.
Txiki, 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 txiki.
Eta hemen akampatuko dugu gaur gauean. Eta, bueno, gero, orain lainotzen ari da, baina gero garbitzen den berriro, ze hemen garbitu, lainotu. Hainbat aldiz egiten du. Eta gero, araño ibiltzen joaten gara, glazierra ikutzen. Venga! A ber, gaura pasatzen dugu.
We hurried to prepare lunch so we could set off on a round trip to the tongue of the glacier itself before it started to rain.
Bueno, Karakol mendiaren eta glazierraren oinetan gaude, eta heldu eta aldi gutxira ekaitza, horri da. Kyrgyzstanen ekaitzak montatzen dira berean. Gero pasatuko da, eta igual sekulako goti da, pasatuko berriz, baina dana ilur dago, eta zuten da. Kafetxo bat prestatu dugu.
The most frightening thing has been hearing the rocks collapsing in the moraines beside us.
The storm lasts a few hours, the ground is even more waterlogged, the temperature has dropped significantly, so we have no choice but to stay here, contemplating this glorious landscape.
Bueno, arratzaldea da eta ekaitza botado, baina hotz egiten du. Eta hementxe gaude akampatuta. Piko, zeizen elkarren?
Karakol Peak mendia.
Pik Karakol.
After a restful night's sleep, we prepare to turn back, knowing the weather will soon deteriorate.